All right, Trump, you can do this. It's just a game. Nothing to be afraid of.
Hey, Trump, what are you up to?
Oh, hey, Joe. Currently waiting for Obama to get back from the bathroom. Yourself?
I've been well. Ever since I've seen the FNAF movie, I couldn't be all the more elated.
You sound like it bored you to death. Personally, I didn't see it because I'm not interested in childish things, unlike yourself.
It did. I give it a 6 out of 10. The beginning was solid. It felt like the first game, but instead it had the animatronics dancing and prancing around while some 80s pop or rock song played in the background. After I left the theater, let's just say I'm questioning the creator and director on what choices they made during the production.
Oh, wow. Normally, I thought you'd go bananas over that movie. I'm surprised. Anyway, you see the game on my screen right now. It's called...
Yeah, I see it. The Joy of Creation, a FNAF fan game which I played before during my time in office.
That's a fair statement, Mr. Biden. I have nothing to say against that.
Hey, you two, I'm back. Did I miss anything?
No. Welcome back, Barack.
Nope, not a thing. Fancy seeing you here, Obama. Anyway, let's just start the game.
Care to fill us in on what game Donald is playing, Joe?
I'd be happy to. You play as the creator of the series, Scott Cawthon, and his family, as you must survive 5 nights in the home while the animatronics try to kill Scott's whole family, all the while trying to find secrets as to why the animatronics are hunting Scott's family. In a summary, of course.
So I'm playing as Scott himself? What are the objects I'm trying to find?
You'll have to find copious amounts of items in which the game randomly generates with each level, ranging from a telephone to a hat and even a poster of Bonnie.
Why are you getting so close to Freddy?
I want to see if I can sneak past him like a ninja in the shadows.
You'd be so round it looks like you're going to be his bowling ball when he catches you.
Uh-oh. You better run, Donald.
I'm trying, Obama. Shut the hell up.
Ah! Damn, not even 5 minutes in and Donald already died.
Take the keyboard, Obama. I'll just watch and observe from the back seat.
Anyway, how have you two been so far? Everything going well with your trial, Trump?
Yeah. As I was saying, my indoctrination on the trial to prison has been going well. My lawyers have my back covered extremely well to where I will only be on house arrest for a while.
I can't wait to see what Melania will say when she sees her Prince Charming is back home, safe and sound.
She'll be elated, Joseph. Much less your wife when she has to wipe up the poop marks from your diaper.
Ew, that's disgusting. Wait, is that Bonnie?
Yeah, it's Bonnie. He just stands there in the rain. Sometimes when you approach a window, you may see his silhouette run past the window extremely quickly, almost like a mini jump scare.
It looks like he got hit with a nuclear bomb and this was the result.
Yeah, a walking, talking, charred amalgamation of metal and fabric, or what's left of it.
I will say this, Scott has an excellent taste in decoration.
I would agree. With such a successful franchise, who wouldn't want to own the house like that?
I would too, but not in Trump's vision. He'd probably have the whole neighborhood bulldozed like some evil Bob the Builder and have another Trump Tower built over the rubble in his image with a giant piece of gold poop on top and name it the Golden Turd.
Shut the hell up, Obama. Yemen called, they said your drone strikes wasn't worth a damn on their land.
Ouch, did that burn?
Yeah, it did. I just didn't feel like hurting the big orange ogre's feelings.
You know what? I'm done. I'll just sit back and not say a word. I deserve an apology.
Don, maybe you should learn to be considerate of others' feelings and not be a dick all the time.
Oh, shut up. At least I don't sniff people.
Ah!
I'm surprised that scared you, Joe. Aren't you supposed to know everything about this game?
There are still things that can catch a man off guard, Donald.
Yeah, hey Don, look, how do I say this without sounding bad?
Just spit it out, Barack. I'm sure he'll accept it.
I know. It's just that brought back memories. Not good ones. My father would always call me that when I failed in his eyes, and would belittle me even if I succeeded at something. Nothing was good enough in his eyes, except for himself. I wanted to apologize for the outburst, Obama, Could I be forgiven?
Yes, Donald. I forgive you. I always heard your father wasn't the greatest, but wow. That takes the cake for emotional abuse, and I'm sorry for insulting you. No one deserves to be spoken to that way, especially a child.
It looks like we're not so far from the tree, Don. My father was a veteran in World War II. He struggled with alcoholism for a long time after and struggled to get a job. It hurt me seeing him in that state.
It's okay, you two. Actually, I'd prefer it if we continue the game for the time being. How are things on your end, Obama?
It's going well. Currently, staring at Bonnie like a deer in headlights. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Oh, I haven't seen Freddie in a while. Joe! Shouldn't Freddie be audible by his...
Yes. When you audibly hear his footsteps, that means he's nearby. And
You need to run. He's at a breakneck speed, Obama.
I know, Don. Stop screaming in my ear.
run like your life depends on it.
That's what I'm trying to do. So shut the hell up. Well, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to the objectives.
It's to be expected. Not everyone gets to beat it on their first try. You did good, Obama.
I bet I could have beaten it.
Shut up. Are we ready to get this show on the road?
Let's hope so, because I'll make sure to beat it this time.
Is this going to be all day?
Don't bet on the table.
Ugh, I can't believe we have to face against Speedy Gonzalez again.
What are you even talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? You haven't done much besides sit on your fat ass and make commentary.
Oh, please. At least I don't scream like a bitch because of some purple bunny. Maybe you could learn a thing or two from me, Obama.
I think you just dumbed down my brain to your level. I'd rather keep my cerebral intelligence in check. Thank you.
What's that supposed to mean?
He basically called you an idiot, Don. While we're on the topic, did you both finish your parts for the FNAF iceberg?
I'm getting there. It is tedious to read out some of the things since the information is a bit limited on certain topics, but it's going good.
As for me, I'm making progress with it. And look at that. I'm halfway to victory already.
Arrogant as always.
I'm surprised Freddie didn't humble him there.
Considering the fact he flopped around like an obese goldfish the last episode, I'm surprised he's almost done here.
There ain't nothing a little bit of strategy and adaptation can't fix. I'll have this done in no time, unlike you both when you lose the primary elections.
3, 2, 1.
What the?
It seems like you've been humbled. Welcome to reality, Donald.
Yeah, f that. I'd rather die and restart again. Obama, if you're going to ask for the keyboard, then no. I don't plan to until I beat it. Oh, come on!
I wasn't going to. I was just going to sit here and munch on some Doritos while you died of Freddie.
Watching Donald fail is like getting the Christmas gift you always wanted from your parents. It's a joyous moment to see.
It's more like getting a small loan of $1 million from your father and using that to make a multi-billion-dollar company.
Damn right. And it worked to perfection, much less your Obamacare and Biden administration. No wonder the prices of housing has gone down the toilet.
I could say the same about the Trump administration. You shut down the government due to you not being able to build that wall.
Oh, please. You had to make sure you didn't fall off a bike. Do I really have to pull that video off of YouTube again, just to show our humble audience?
You wouldn't dare.
Obama, take the keyboard while I go humble our friend real quick.
Okay, guess I won't be sitting back anymore. Looks like there's not enough time to finish. So I guess I'll let Freddie fold me in half like a pocket knife.
It looks like that fall hurt. Did you break a hip?
No, but I was a bit shaken up by it. I was fine due to the helmet and braces I wore. I'm surprised you didn't fall when that protester rushed into your stand. You know, that one rally in Ohio.
Yeah, I remember I was ready to take him on, but Secret Service was very insistent that I don't get into any physical confrontation, quote unquote, for my well-being.
I'm juking Freddie like it's the NBA.
What the hell was that noise, Obama? Did you have a stroke?
It sounded like Indonesian. You do know he grew up there, right?
Yeah, I'm aware of the fact, but it sounded like a blood vessel exploded in his brain, and it short-circuited for a second.
I might have to agree with Don on this one. My whole left side felt like it was dropping, but it looks like I did what Donald couldn't.
All right, then.
The basement? Isn't this where you keep the kids, Joe?
I could list a myriad of reasons as to why that statement is ignorant and ironic all at the same time.
We can save the reasons later. Obama has to tread through some murky waters right now.
Well, I can smell the moist carpet and mildew. It also feels like it'd be buzzing in here by fluorescent lights and have a tint of yellow to it. Although, are the rules the same as the last floor, Joe?
Yep, you just have to watch out for Bonnie because let's just say he runs like an Olympic track and field medalist.
Why is the character breathing so hard? Is he a diabetic or is he too weak to run?
I'm pretty sure it's the shift key on the keyboard. It has been a bit finicky recently.
Wow, I thought that was one of the items.
Obama, are you looking for chicken? Get a move on.
Donald, how about you shut the fuck up before I bash this keyboard into your teeth?
Shut it, the both of you both did good for some first-timers. Couldn't you agree?
No!
I feel like I'm babysitting two children. One is more irritable than the other. How about some story time then?
Sure.
I'm down.
1 hour later.
Come on, damn it. Where is it?
It shouldn't be that far. Keep looking.
Me and Obama have been doing that for the past hour, and we haven't made any progress.
Well, you're on attempt number what, 46? At trying to beat this? I've just been keeping count ever since.
Are you fucking kidding me? Ah! Obama, I suggest you take the keyboard before I shove it through the monitor. I have to go cool off.
Done. Have we really been at this for an hour, Joe?
At the current time of recording, yes, we've been doing this for an hour straight, not taking any breaks at all. This is the 47th attempt.
I see. It looks like we'll... What's that sound?
Barack, everything good, man?
Yeah, I think so. My head's a bit fuzzy after that one.
After this one, I'm taking you to the hospital. I think you might have a case of Donalditis.
Donalditis? Is that where I become like Donald?
No, it's a sudden melting of your brain to where you sound and think like Donald. But if you have high enough willpower, you can get through it.
Well, all right then. That is worrisome. Damn it! I hear Bonnie behind me. Maybe I'll find this next item this way. Oh shit, I'm cornered!
Joe, did you really describe me as some brainless dumbass that only eats McDonald's all day? Well, fuck you too.
Yeah, I did. Especially after showing our audience that embarrassing video of me. It seems like you haven't calmed down yet. Barack's picking up the pieces of your mess.
Well then, would you look at that? Obama's cruising through this with no problem. Seems like he has learned something from me.
That's the closest. I'll get to a compliment from you, so I'll just take it as is.
Let's just stay calm. He's almost through it.
Let's go!
Good shit, Barack.
There you go!
No, all I have to do is find Bonnie and end this.
That punch will always be satisfying.
Well, gentlemen, how do you feel about beating night 2?
Let's save our thoughts for the outro.
So, what did you guys think about the basement floor?
I thought the level was something interesting and always creepy, since you're not given any space to run that far and you're always hitting corners. But the real terror was Bonnie, with that eerie laugh and those footsteps. Jeez, I didn't think I'd be afraid of something running at me at such speeds. All in all, I'm ready for floor 3 after my section of the iceberg is complete.
Interesting point. The atmosphere was always something that got me shivers whenever I got to that level. But Don, what's your opinion on the level?
I'll be honest, I liked it, but some parts of it were frustrating. Very frustrating. Like how the positions of certain objects that you had to find were randomized, like putting you out on a deadly goose chase. The atmosphere was great. Bonnie made me actually afraid to even run at the cost of him finding me. So, yeah, I enjoyed it, even if it took us an hour to do so, and almost made me rip out my hair and destroy the monitor and threaten Obama and swear at you both like a sailor. I'm sorry.
Wow. I don't know what to say other than I'm surprised by you accepting responsibility for your actions and even apologizing for them. I accept your apology, Donald.
Same here. To see you do that. That takes a real man to apologize like that. I accept your apology.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you all for the support and kindness we've been given by each and every one of you. You truly inspire us to do more and do better with each episode. We all hope you enjoy this video and look forward to the next one. I'm Joe Biden.
Truly, the three of us wouldn't be here without you all making videos, bantering with each other, and having fun while doing this. We hope we made you all have a good laugh at our antics and enjoyed every second. I'm Barack Obama.
Couldn't agree more. Every last person here has made me realize that there are kind people in this world and they should be cherished in every way. From the bottom of our hearts, we love all of you, especially me. I'm Donald Trump. We are the President's Trio. Good night and good luck. Did Big Bird have a transition? What happened to him?
That's another animatronic named Chica. Today we're playing the third floor of Joy of Creation. Shall we begin?
Ready when you are.
On a side note, I'll be playing this level since it might be too difficult for you both.
Ooh, this is an interesting level, a forest. If my guess is right, then it's an open area?
Yep, you're on the money, but it's more difficult since Chica runs way faster than you think.
Are we playing Slender the 8 Pages? Why are we in a forest?
I'll explain later. Let's just move on to some other topic.
Oh, fine. So did you both hear about the latest Call of Duty?
Yep. Heard it wasn't the greatest in terms of reviews.
I heard about it, but I didn't bother checking it out. It's the same copy and paste.
You both have valid points, since the campaign is one of the worst in the series.
I wouldn't know what it is like since the last one I played was World at War.
Last one I played was Black Ops 2.
Joe, are you seriously that old? You were in World War II? Shouldn't you have PTSD?
No, that's not the point. The point is that I got tired of the same old concept and didn't bother going further with the series.
So you have PTSD then?
God damn it!
I'm glad my Donalditis is gone.
You're still talking about that.
Well, yeah. What do you expect? For me to not become like you?
Nobody could be like me. I'm the world's very best president.
Now that might have been the dumbest thing you said so far.
Maybe my Donalditis can rub off on you. You did learn something from me after all.
Now that might have been the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Wait a second. How are you getting through this so quickly, Joe?
Well, I know the layout of the forest and where the drawings are located. After many failed attempts, I was forced to adapt and mesmerize where each drawing was placed all the while. Chica adding the extra challenge of always chasing behind your back and having to stop by looking at her, making it all the more difficult to complete.
Huh. You remind me of someone I knew at a point.
And who would that be?
Some guy named Boogie 2988, who's now in some deep water after I watched his documentary, and he acts like he's a professional fucking victim.
I've actually been hearing about him recently on YouTube. He doesn't seem like he's in the best position currently. Well, in the financial department at least. He still has a mortgage on his house.
That was close. By the way, I have no clue on who that is. I only watch a select few people.
Like who?
Since you asked so nicely, Donald, I'll oblige. Abba and Preach, Chinna Massacre, Wendigoon. He's particularly my favorite, and Ali Coca.
You know what? I'm very familiar with Wendigoon. His videos are the most entertaining on YouTube, the most entertaining indeed.
So you both watch Wendigoon? My favorite video from him is the conspiracy theory Iceberg.
There, and mine is the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park.
Mine's the Robert Johnson video.
Mind if I take over for Foxy, Joe?
Sure, here you go.
Are we going to be trapped up here like that one Twilight Zone episode?
Well, if you consider the fact that we're going to be stuck up here with an 8-foot Fox animatronic with a hook for a hand, then yeah, I guess we're stuck. Is this the same with Freddy? Ah! I couldn't even move, man. What the hell?
Mind explaining what to do, Joe?
Turning on the flashlight is a bad idea, since Foxy will start in front of you, and doing so will result in Foxy automatically transforming into his predatory condition to charge toward you, eventually killing you and ending your attempt.
Huh, so that's what happened. Am I supposed to have it off the whole time?
Not necessarily. The only times it should be used is if ignited Foxy's eyes are glowing white while he directly charges at you, as it will blind him due to light being the ignited's weakness.
The ignited? So that's what these toaster amalgamations are called. Mind explaining that one to me, Joe?
It's a bit more complicated than that. We'll have to play the story mode to get into the lore of the series. That brief summary wasn't enough.
Are you serious? I literally tried to run past him and died.
Tough luck, Obama.
You gotta be kidding.
Here, let me take a crack at it, Barack.
Fine, but don't blame me when you cry from getting spawn camped.
Anyway, Joe, what were you saying about the lore?
I didn't say anything in particular, only that we need to play the story mode to understand the story behind this game.
So we'll have to deal with these wastes of scraps again?
Yep. Speaking of scraps, Pokimane seems to be collecting scraps from these poor schmucks.
That's really sad.
Really now? They should have invested in something more. Ah! Now I see what you mean, Obama, because that was bullshit.
Want to give it another shot?
I'll try this time. I'll see if I can get past his yar har har looking ass. That's some horse shit!
Yikes. This is the roughest one I've seen you both go through.
You ain't kidding. I'll be ready. Gotcha, bitch!
Nice. Now keep that up and you'll beat it in no time.
Oh yeah. Weren't you saying something earlier, Don?
Huh? Oh yeah, those idiots should have invested in something greater than some dollar store branded cookies. They should have invested in my show, The Apprentice.
Wasn't that your TV show that ran for about 15 seasons on NBC?
Yeah, too bad they ended up canning it after. It was the best show, the very best.
I'm working on a docuseries. If you two are interested in watching it, it's called Working What We Do All Day.
Are you serious? I'm stuck on some boxes. Let me out! I'm gonna fucking break this fucking keyboard.
And there's my cue to butt in.
You feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Let's hope so, because I don't want to replace another boxing dummy again.
Did you really need to ram its head into the wall?
I did get a little bit carried away there. I just imagined Foxy's face on it and kind of went nuts on it.
Nuts? As in busting a nut?
And that's where we end this conversation and sit in awkward silence.
It was a bit funny.
Not hearing a thing, just watching Donald play the game.
Okay, maybe that joke was a bit too far. I apologize.
You think? My hearing's already shoddy as is. I don't need any more disgusting stuff said before I lose it completely.
Right, anywho, you guys saw the announcement of GTA 6? Rockstar tweeted out its reveal date for December of this year.
Yeah, I saw it. It was interesting to see how much attention it gained on Twitter.
I saw the mass wave of people praising Rockstar for how they finally revealed it and how it'll be the game of the century even. Unlike a certain game that was in development hell for about a decade.
Dead Island 2. Funny thing is that it was announced by the time Donald was in office and released during Biden's presidency.
I heard by several reviewers that the gore was immaculate, but the story was a big piece of crap. Not even related to the first one in Riptide. Oh my God! Damn it, I got stuck again.
Seems like you get stuck in a lot of places, but let me take a crack at it.
Fine, but don't mess it up. We're rooting for you.
You got this, Joe.
You gotta be kidding me!
And it comes back full circle once again.
Don't give up. You got this.
I hope so, because if I die like that again, I'm gonna explode. Why is this happening to me? I wish I could understand why I'm getting hooked by Foxy at the start so fast.
Maybe it's bad timing or just bad luck.
Or it could be Foxy wants a piece of you.
Maybe it's all three. I never struggled this much with Foxy. Usually I'm able to beat it pretty quickly. Now that was poor timing and an unlucky flash while standing still. Third time's a charm.
I could go again, since I'm much more calm now.
Okay, then here you go.
Thanks. I have full confidence that I'll beat it this time.
Yeah, I have full confidence that you can do it, Don.
Is that sarcasm? When we get to the story mode, I'll be petty and not let you play.
Now that's something we don't do, regardless of if we're at each other's throats or not. We all play fair on this channel.
Joe, the irony in that is so potent. That's not funny. You played multiple times too, and even let us have multiple turns before we switched. Is that really fair?
No, that's not really fair. How about this? From now on, each time we lose or die, we switch the keyboard. How does that sound? If anyone has a problem with it, they can get a Biden blast to the face as compensation.
That's a bit intense, but it's fair. What do you think, Don?
What? Oh, I think it's a fair way to share. But watch this. Eat that! Take that, you bummy and crummy circuit junkie.
Let's go!
Nice. You did it.
Time to die happy.
Oh, wow, boys, what a ride this episode was. I haven't been this riled up since I discovered Hunter was dusting up his nose. I am surprised Foxy gave us all this much trouble. Normally, he's pretty easy once you get down the pattern.
Yeah, usually I thought we'd be done with this pretty quickly, but nope. It seems like we shouldn't underestimate these characters. They get our blood pumping. Hell, thinking about Foxy makes me want to fight another dummy, even though I really shouldn't do that. But I will say this, the attic was very calming in an odd way. Just hearing the rain pitter on the window while a dark blue light illuminates from the window. It reminds me of my first date with Ivana, the memories.
I agree with Trump. That attic had an almost nostalgic feeling, so with friends I'd hide up there with them. Stealing snacks, reading each other scary stories, telling funny jokes and pranking one another. We even snuck my dad's TV up there. Boy, was he not happy about that one, haha.
Yeah, weirdly enough, the attic stage had me a bit sentimental. I'd take Hunter, Naomi, Ashley, and Bo all up there with Jill, and we'd all just sit there and talk about our future. What we do, what I do for those kids is something no one will understand. No matter how hard they try to ruin my reputation. Sure, I may be a bit forgetful, but those memories will always stick with me, and you two will always stick out in my mind. Our viewers as well. Heck, we're close to 100 subscribers, so we're definitely gonna cook up something special. But with that, I'm Joe Biden.
I'm Barack Obama.
I'm Donald Trump.
We're the President's Trio. Good night and good luck. What's up, YouTube? This is Joe Biden, and today the three of us are celebrating our 100 subscriber special with the Joy of Creation Story Mode.
We appreciate every last one that supported us throughout our small journey so far. This one's gonna be a banger.
We're even going to reach 200 subscribers. Hey, Joe, shouldn't we give our audience the 2-for-1 special?
Already thought ahead. Stay tuned for the end. It's a secret FNAF game we've been dying to play. It's a bit more intense than the rest.
No doubt about it. But let's cut the chatter and start. I'll be going first, as it was said last time. We play fair on this channel.
Yep, as I said, you're first, then Brock, then me.
I can't believe we even got to this point. I'm so happy.
Oh, spooky.
Where was he? What did you see?
Hello? What are you doing in our house?
Stranger danger. There's a burglar in the house. Get the assault rifle.
Shut it. Just let the cutscene play out. No interjections until we get to the game.
He just seems confused. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me your name? Look, man, if you won't talk, I'm calling the police. You can't just barge into someone's house like this. Are you hurt? Do you need any help?
Honey, what's going on?
I don't know. This man suddenly appears in our house. They've gone from one of the things, but I don't know. Then here or what?
Michael! What? My name. It's Michael. I'm Michael. You asked me that before.
Daddy, Michael kind of sounds like you.
Excuse me, just what are you doing in our house? The sun's about to go down. I don't think you should be here.
Yeah, I was just saying that. You look a little bit roughed up. What happened to you? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sorry, but I just don't know.
Michael should get up. The floor is bad. Daddy, can we help Michael? Nighttime is coming. It would be bad to leave him outside.
I guess. Can you stand?
I think so. A bit. I just feel a bit dizzy. Yes, dizzy.
Come on, man. Let me help you up.
After that, Dad carried the stranger to our guest room. He thanked me for convincing my parents to let him rest in our house for a night, or at least while he collected his thoughts. After that, Mom put me in bed. I can't remember much about Michael. but I knew he wasn't a bad person. Or at least he didn't look, dangerous. I was young, so I guess I just didn't know any better. Certainly didn't know what a burglar was, that's for sure. Not that I was implying he was. I'd never talked to him again after that. Well, except for when the storm happened. That's when I woke up on my bed, and I saw them.
Press spacebar to sit up, left click to interact with objects, and look up while left clicking to sleep. So am I going to be playing as a child, Joe?
Yep, so for this, in terms of what to do, I'll let Michael explain it for us.
Michael? Is that our sibling or something because his name sounds weird?
Nick? Hey, little Nicky, it's me, Michael. And hey, don't say anything back to me, okay? There are monsters around that'll hear you.
Monsters?
Now, don't be scared, Nick, okay? Listen to me, and we can defeat those monsters, all right? Okay, so
That's
these
funny.
monsters might look surreal. And don't look at them too long, or you'll feel weird and see creepy things. When you do, turn on your desk lamp next to your bed. You'll feel safe there.
Guess so. Who wouldn't be afraid of the dark?
The worse you'll feel. All right. Okay. First things first. Freddy, the fuzzy brown bear. He's at the window, Nick. He'll peek inside. Close your curtains and keep them closed until you hear him leave, or else he'll get inside.
Keep an eye out on that Barack. You'll know it's him by a thump on the window and see his arm resting on it.
Keep an eye on your door. He'll be there. He's not shy at all. He will knock on the door to let you know he's there. Once he opens the door, shut off the lights as fast as you can, Nicky. He can't see you well in the dark, and he'll leave. But make sure you're sitting down when you do that, all right? Okay, then there's the chicken. That one's a little bit weird. Check the closets often. If she's peeking through, make sure to disable the lights. She doesn't want to be seen, but ignoring her doesn't help either. If she does catch you with the lights on, she'll scare you and stun you. Now look, I know this is a lot to take in, little Nicky, okay? Just listen carefully and try to remember it all, please, okay? Alright, last is Foxy. He'll be right beneath your bed, Nick. You'll hear scraping from the bottom of the crib when he's there. Be watchful if you see his hook on the back of your bed, because soon enough he'll be right there next to the bed. Don't look directly at him, Nick. Instead, pretend to sleep. Alright, just pretend to sleep. Yeah, just lie down without moving too much. Look up and close your eyes. Foxy sees eyes as if they're big, bright spotlights, okay? So if you pretend to sleep, he won't know you're there anymore. But don't open them until you know he's gone, okay? Okay, so to recap, Freddy is at the window, so if you see him peeking, close the curtains until he's gone. Bonnie will knock on the door and open it afterwards. Disable the lights and sit down until he leaves. Chica will try to stun you by scaring you, so if you see her peeking through the closet, shut off your lights and don't pretend to sleep. She'll think you're gone. And Foxy will appear under your crib and move upwards, so when he's next to your bed, pretend to sleep until you hear him leave. Alright, you got all that? Alright, good. Listen, I have to go, little buddy, okay? Just hang in there, or they'll leave at 6 a.m., I'm sure of it. You can do this.
Some big brother he is, but Joe, what's with the flashing green light on that thermostat?
I'm glad you asked. That is your sanity meter. Sanity is a crucial gameplay mechanic in the bedroom. It functions similar to the power from Five Nights at Freddy's, where you cannot regain any sanity back, but must delay its drainage by keeping the light on as much as possible and avoiding eye contact or any sudden encounters with the animatronics.
Is nobody going to mention that a little girl just screamed out her larynx in the background?
I will say that ambiance was unexpected, but it's a welcome sound since you gotta set the mood. But how do I know if my sanity meter is going down? Since we never played the official FNAF games at all.
It's actually pretty simple. You can check the current sanity by glancing at the thermostat on the wall next to the main door, which starts out green but goes to yellow, then orange, and finally red as the sanity decreases. At 5 a.m., the sanity will automatically drop to the insane state of sanity, no matter what sanity state you're currently at. Looking back at the lamp at this point doesn't slow down your sanity decrease rate. This is the moment where sanity affects you the most and can actually kill you. Once you reach the orange level of sanity, you will start to experience hallucinations. For example, starting to see shadowy figures and starting to hear high-pitched ringing all the while you hear air raid sirens or other noises to distract you.
Oh, I see what you mean. So on my right, I have to listen to Bonnie knocking on the door. How many times until he opens it?
Usually he will knock on the door 3 times in a row. Upon the 3rd knock, you must quickly turn the lights off and sit in the crib before Ignited Bonnie opens the door. Failure to do so will result in Ignited Bonnie rushing into the room and jump scaring you. Ignited Bonnie will not finish knocking if Ignited Freddy is in his 3rd phase. Sometimes Ignited Bonnie can attempt to trick you by knocking twice, but not opening the door. It sounds like a lot, but it's pretty easy when you get it down, so don't worry too much about it. But be attentive.
It does sound like a lot, but as for Chica, all I have to do is just turn off the lights when she opens the closet door and just ignore her. Sounds pretty par for the course.
Are you two just going to sit there and explain game mechanics for the whole night, or are we going to talk about something interesting?
All right then, since you want to talk about something else, hey Don, how's your wife? Ow!
Did you just smack him to the 9th dimension?
You fat mother!
Ow! You bastard! I'm going to break your neck!
Bring it! I can take you on with both my hands!
Well then now that those two are going to fight, I'll tell you guys some interesting facts about me. I was born on August 4th, 1961 in Honolulu, Hawaii, and that I was the first American president to be born outside the 48 contiguous states. My first name, Barack, means one who is blessed in Swahili. Are you both done now? I had to talk over you both, that was so loud. I'm surprised you didn't ruin the special or break any equipment.
Yeah, we're good, I think. Say those weren't some bad punches, by the way.
Agreed. When you took me down, I was surprised, but you know how the body of a Trump is. Durable as a shield.
While both of you were brawling it out over Trump's wife, nothing in particular happened, well, aside from Freddie and Bonnie making themselves known.
That tends to happen most of the time. Usually when 2 or 3 a.m. strikes, that's when things start to pick up real fast. And besides, the viewers got to hear us duking it out, so that'll get a laugh out of them.
Yeah, real funny mentioning my wife like that. I'm surprised I didn't end up fighting you in the first episode after that comment about me getting home safe and sound. Besides, you gave me a run for my money, so I can respect that.
Yeah, you gave me a run for my money, too. Say, Don, do you believe in ghosts? Now that I think about it, we never talked about that.
Ghosts? I'd say there's something out there that's always watching me. But do you have any stories? Because I don't have any paranormal encounters.
I got one. It's a very odd one, but still it's a scary one nonetheless.
Let's hear it then.
Okay then. So when I was younger, about 12 or so, my grandfather on my dad's side passed away. After the funeral, I went home and just sat in my room. It was weirdly quiet that night, in which something was telling me to look to my left, and when I did, I saw a figure, a pure white humanoid figure with no facial features or anything. Next thing I remember is that I'm running out of the room beyond scared out of my wits. After calming down and eating something, I went back to my room and surprise, surprise, it was gone.
Whoa.
Okay then, that was weird. I confess, I do have a paranormal ghost story. I was sleeping the White House one particular night since I didn't feel like going home. Anyway, I was asleep in the Rose Room, Andrew Jackson's room, where I was awoken to hear one of the chairs being shifted. Now freaked, I get up, only to then hear someone's laughter behind me. I proceeded to nope the hell out of there and go back home.
Don, if you're going to lie about a story like that, at least make it believable for us in the audience. You even stuttered and made grammar mistakes. Come on now.
Yeah, I knew you were a liar, but why? Why even try to lie about a story like that? You and us three know that the White House isn't haunted. At least, I don't think so. Michelle has said before that one night she awoken by loud noises and thumps along the dining hall.
I haven't experienced anything of the supernatural so far in the White House, but I do have some handful of accounts of the chefs and maids seeing the ghost of President Abraham Lincoln.
All right. I wanted to sound cool for the video. Are you happy now?
These damn knocks are making me jump each time. It's like an angry parent after you haven't done the chores you were assigned to do.
Wait, Joe, I just realized we're playing as a child. Could you explain to me why we're playing as a child?
Are you kidding me? Did you not pay attention to the walkie-talkie at all?
Why would I need to? Some half-brain-let toddler is talking through it. Why would I need to listen to a word he says?
Okay, this is going to be the only time I explain this to you and only you, so pay attention to what I'm going to say. The reason why we're playing as a child is because in the cutscene before there was a stranger named Michael that went into Nick's house when his dad bought it, and so he spent the night there. As the night progressed, Child Nick started to see animatronics, which are right now of unknown origin. That's all I'm going to explain, right? Since I'd rather spoil the rest of the story. Even then, the explanation I gave was shoddy, since I haven't played this in a while.
Okay then, so he's just experiencing these hallucinations for no reason?
I don't think so. A child perspective on things can be way more different from that of an adult, which makes it all the more eerie to see this from Nick's eyes. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night as a 2 or 3-year-old and just seeing that in front of your bed.
If I saw that as a 2 or 3-year-old, I'd try and punt it out the window. If that didn't work, then try to beat it up with my fists.
Would that even work? The least amount of damage you would do is break your leg, break your body at worst.
By the way, nice reaction time. Some newcomers get thrown off by Foxy's hook and panic, so nice job there not panicking.
Oh crap, well darn, I'm dead. Wish me the best of luck, boys. Or not, because Foxy's done creeping up on me for now. Yuck, I felt like he was gonna hook me there. I'm surprised Freddy or Bonnie didn't show up yet.
Wait a sec, the screen's shaking. Seems like you're losing your marbles already. Hopefully the LSD wasn't too much this time.
You do realize you're talking about a kid, right? A kid wouldn't even have the understanding for the concept of substance abuse. No less the concept of insanity. All he knows is that he's trying to survive till 6 a.m. from these metal abominations.
And there goes Bonnie. You might want to sit down before he backhands you into the corner.
Do you seriously not take into consideration on what you say, or do you just let your lips flap around and say what's on your mind? It's probably the latter coming from you.
You could say, it's me not really caring about what's being said for other people, or having empathy for their feelings or how their emotions are. I just don't care, to be honest.
Now I see why Joe whooped your ass, because you deserve to get whooped. You don't care about others, but the moment someone says something about your friends or family or even your bank account, you try to put them in the hospital. We're over here trying to play a game while you're playing around with people's emotions. Donald?
You want an apology so bad? Fine. I'm sorry for saying that to a child. I'm sorry for fighting you, Joe, and I'm sorry for not giving a crap.
There. Now, was that so hard to say? All is forgiven. I was waiting for you to apologize to me after that fight. Took you long enough, too. But it's good enough to get my seal of approval from me. What about you, Barack? You think his speech was good enough?
I'll have to answer that question later, because things are starting to get more intense now. I hear a baby's lullaby playing and the screen is shaking even more now. Plus it's getting grainier? Huh? That's a cool effect. The more sanity you lose, the more insane everything becomes. Oh, even the voices become deeper. That's more eerie and crap. Here comes Bonnie.
Or not. Looks like you live to see another day. Watch out for Chica, though. She may get a bit antsy with the closet.
Yeah, because it seems like they're not going to be stopping anytime soon. They all want me dead for some reason.
That was real tense for a sec. Wait, what the hell just happened? Did the game just cut ahead? Did you guys see that?
Not sure what you mean by that. All I saw was that Barack was able to get the light on. Are you okay?
Is my head screwed on right? Why did the game just jump up ahead? I know, I'm not crazy. Obama, am I crazy, or did you see that too?
I'm pretty sure that was you, because I'm the one sitting here holding the mouse. Are you sure you're okay? Not getting Joe's dementia?
Yeah, I'm convinced I don't have Joe's dementia. It's not contagious, is it? If it is, then we're all screwed. What's so funny? Do you know what this means? My kids and my wife could have it too. You monster!
Chill, we're just messing around, dude. You feel asleep for that brief second, so we decided to play around with you. It's all good, man. No need to lose your cool like that. It's okay.
Oh God, I hate you two right now, but I'll give you guys that it was funny, but don't do it again. You nearly gave this guy a heart attack.
Can't make any promises on that, but since we finished this, shall we move on to our teaser game?
Oh boy, I hope it's Juniors or Treasure Island.
Okay, people, I'll leave this short and sweet. We're all grateful for everything you've done for us so far. The comments have been nothing but positivity. Thank you all for 500 subscribers. We are the President's Trio. Good night and good luck.
Thank you for all of this. Good night and good luck.
We love you all. Good night and good luck.
Everyone, we welcome you to part 2 of the Joy of Creation story mode. As it was said, Donald's up first, so let's begin, and remember, no talking during the cutscenes or messages. We can talk after it.
You got it. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Do you really think it was a good idea letting him stay?
Well, it's not like he was in any condition to do anything. Did you see his clothes? It's like he came out of a bonfire.
I mean, I could have, called an ambulance, maybe dropped him off near a hospital would have been better. I just don't think I feel comfortable with a complete stranger just ending up sleeping in our house is all.
Oh, honey, are you worried about the kids?
Of course I'm worried about the kids. He's sleeping right next to them. How can I not be? What if he's faking, Val?
We could stay here to make sure nothing happens, if you're that worried.
All night?
Of course, all night. Come on, don't you want to spend time with me more? You are done updating your site for the anniversary. How about we just sit here in the living room and watch some TV while we keep an eye on the kids?
I mean, sure, I guess. Yeah, I guess we could do that. I've just got to go make sure one more time nothing's wrong, all right? I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll just stay right here. But don't take too long. You worry too much. What was that?
Hello? Is someone there? If anyone can hear me, please respond immediately.
Who is it? What in God's name is going on here?
It's me, Michael. Look, there's no time to explain. Just know that you are in grave danger. Is Scott there with you?
My husband? No, he isn't. He just went to... What do you mean I'm in danger?
Ma'am, I am very, very sorry. This is all my fault. You need to stay calm. I'll try to help you through this. Just please listen to me very carefully.
What?
Listen, there are monsters that are going to arrive to your room real soon. If they see you, you are dead. Do you understand that, ma'am? It is very important that whatever occurs, just don't let them see you. All right? I know. Look, just... You're in the living room, right? Try to focus on the 3 entrances behind you. The exit to the house should be locked, and they won't come through there. If there are any monitors nearby, then they should be forced to produce a camera system for you. Ma'am, is the TV in your living room turned on?
Yes, but it's filled with static.
All right, please keep an eye on it. It should help you. Look, they usually come from either the left side or the right side. You have nothing to stop them, so if you see one of them about to enter the room, just hide.
Hide? Hide where?
Just stay out of sight, okay? Yes, if they try to come in, just move somewhere they won't be able to see you, okay? Well, I don't know which one will come from which side, but if you look at the TV, you might be able to tell by yourselves. Maybe if you can, try to see if you can look through the doors too. Windows, keyholes? Yes, keyholes. If any of your doors has a keyhole you can peek through, keep checking it. They won't notice you on the other side. Trust me. So yes, I can't stress this enough. If anything comes through those doors, hide. Just hide away from view. You might hear noises later on in the night. Pay attention to those. Don't look at anything that appears in your room and try to stay safe. Please.
Do I have to stay here all night? What about my children? What about my husband?
Look, it's very hard to explain, ma'am, and no, just wait until 6 a.m. to be safe. But don't worry, the time will pass much faster. Just keep an eye on the clock and wait for that time. They should all be gone in a few minutes, and then the hours will reset. Now, please, if you survive, I need you to grab your kids and get out of this house as soon as possible. I'm gonna help Scott get out of here myself, so don't worry. Just please get yourself and your sons out of harm's way.
I don't understand. What is even happening? How do you know all of this stuff? Wait a second. How do you know my husband's name? I was there when he found you, Michael. He never said his name. How do you know? Michael?
So how have you been so far?
I've been good. Went Black Friday shopping. What about...
Sorry.
Seriously?
You fat ass! Didn't I tell you not to have that Chili's for dinner? Last time we did, you blew up the bathroom and Jill wouldn't stop running her mouth about how much the bathroom stunk like the rotten asshole of a skunk that was drowned in beer for the next week.
I just pray that it doesn't stink.
What the fuck is that smell? Donald, did you eat the Chili's again?
Is that Bush? Is he living with you?
I thought you didn't like Bush. You said you were going to strangle him the next time you saw him, and now you're all buddy-buddy with him?
You can say that, but he lives under strict, very strict rules. Melania made sure to enforce them.
And you say my wife walks all over me in the bedroom. You look like you get chained down to the bed and actually enjoy it. On second thought, don't answer that. You'd make my ears bleed with the response.
I'm just surprised he didn't... Wait, are you sure you didn't end up crapping your pants, Don? That one sounded real wet, wetter than mine.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means that you shouldn't be eating food that makes you sound like you sharted your britches. That was so loud, America thought you made a national announcement with that one.
I was going to make a sleepy joke about you, but no. I'll be a bigger man and not do it this time, and instead show you two how this night is done.
I'm surprised you didn't ask me what to do this time. Wait, did you read a guide on how to do this?
Yeah, why so questioning? Are you worried that I won't need you as your questionnaire?
It's not even that, it's the fact that you had the brain power to go and look up a guide for the next level since you're always first up to play. That's considered cheating, isn't it?
Listen, Joe. A smart man always finds a way to adapt and strategize. Like a game of chess, I use my king to analyze this game and figure out its patterns, like how Freddy comes out of the left and Bonnie comes out of the back door, while our titular Foxy comes out of the right. Pretty easy once you get a pattern going with pausing them. Sometimes you can alternate between them people. But be very careful with your timing, since if you don't pause either one before Bonnie comes out, you'll get caught by both of them, which really sucks, since you'd get ripped to shreds. So be attentive.
Adapt and strategize? It sounds like you just played a new game in your own free time and played it over and over again until you figured out what to do.
Yeah, instead of trying to sound smart, why not just say you did that?
Keep crying, bozos. The Big D Trump will show you how it's done.
I thought you said you were the world's best journalist.
Not anymore. I'm now the world's best mom and babysitter.
What, you have no idea how much that made me want to call CPS on you.
Oh, come on, Obama. Don't be a party pooper. Kids say they love me. I get them what they want, and they tell their parents how much of a cool person Uncle Donald is. And there's our favorite rabbit. Hopefully he isn't committing indecent exposure in the hallway.
What the hell?
Why do you keep doing this? You know we're trying to get monetized, you gobshite.
Stop whining, King Charles. Our editor will censor it. He's been doing a good job so far. Keep it up, bud.
Yeah, relying on our editor instead of having common decency to not make these filthy comments. What's next?
Barack, don't encourage him. You know he'll spew some degenerate statement.
Meh, it's either that or I just say it in the spur of the moment. But anyhow, have you guys heard about this?
Oh boy.
Here we go again.
It's a game this time, you assholes. It's called The Coffin of Andy and Laylee.
I'm not familiar with that game, actually. What's it about?
The game follows two cannibalistic siblings, Andrew and Ashley Graves, who are in a toxic codependent relationship and who sacrifices their parents to a demon to see visions of their future.
Why is that so weirdly specific? Did you play it?
Nope. I've just been seeing the stir about it around YouTube. Are you both interested in a possible playthrough?
Maybe. I'll have to announce it to our audience. Actually, while I'm right here, if you guys are interested in seeing a playthrough of it, let us know in the comments below.
I'll make a community post too, just to see the reaction of what they'll say. That reminds me. Hey Joe, are we going to continue the garter of ban games by any chance?
Hell no! Not after what Donald said last time. I'd rather not risk our monetization for a third time.
You're still upset about that? Jokes like that are a normal occurrence in my house.
That explains why Melania has those strict house rules. Because she has to take care of her childlike husband, alongside Barron too.
Sometimes I question why I even let him become a part of the channel.
Joe, I'm going to be real honest here. If you never did that, what would our audience do without the world's best babysitter?
I don't think a majority of people would even miss you, since they think you're the most vile, nasty, and immature human being to ever walk the face of the planet.
What was that growl? Sounded like Donald's stomach after he hasn't ate a morsel of food in the last 5 seconds.
Sounds like your wife after you haven't done the chores for the day.
I'll just stop you both right there before it gets ugly again. We don't want a repeat of the 100 subscriber special now, do we?
He's about 5 seconds away from him getting a huge bite of this knuckle sandwich.
Don, you know I can just move out of the way, and you'd fall onto the ground like a washed-up whale, thus causing the entire eastern seaboard to collapse in on itself.
Hardy har har. Somebody give Obama here a Pulitzer Prize, since he's such a funny guy.
When was the last time you ever won anything?
The American people.
I set myself up for that one, didn't I?
Yes, you did. By the way, how are things going, Don? Bonnie isn't bothering you as much?
Everything's peachy. I now have to keep an ear open for when Chica growls and then stand up for half a second.
What happens if you don't?
She'll jump scare you, but you won't die. You'll just be stunned and not be able to sit down on the couch. So you'll have to guess who's the closest at the door.
Seems like I'm not needed for now. As for night 3, I think you should let Obama handle that one in the next recording. What do you say, Don?
That's fair. I think I'd like to see Obama try to beat the night without a guide.
It's not like I need a guide. All I need is to listen to Michael explaining what to do. By the way, Joe.
I know there were some inconsistencies that I said with the lore in the first and second video. Turns out when Donald said some half-brain let toddler. That was Michael, the stranger that's now going around the house trying to save Scott's family from the animatronics, which now Donald is playing as Scott Cawthon's wife, Val.
There's a first time for everything. Never played as a woman before. So this is a unique experience.
Do I even want to know?
Don't you dare, Donald. I'll shut this recording down so fast you won't have time to say a peep.
Do you guys expect me to be horrible enough to talk crap about playing as a female character?
Yes.
Wow. Thank you both for being the most supportive people I need in my life.
No problem.
You're very much welcome.
Didn't expect you both to be the sarcastic load, you pricks.
Aside from you losing your cool every 5 minutes, we don't get sarcastic with you often.
Try every 5 seconds.
I doubt I lose my cool at something every 5 seconds.
How about a few minutes ago when you said that you were going to assault Obama with your fist?
Maybe it's just a mirage.
What?
What are you even talking about?
Nothing. It's just a song for the new Assassin's Creed game.
There's another one?
Well, yeah, apparently the newest one is going quote-unquote back to its roots. But I'm only interested in the song that's associated with it. I didn't really like it at first, but it grew on me. Now it's my ringtone. I can't get enough of the beat and vocals. It's very underrated. Plus, it describes me very well.
I'll have to give it a listen in my spare time.
Oh, wow. Joe, you should give it a listen. Currently banging it in the background, and it's pretty fire. I wish I could show the audience how it sounds. But we'd get a copyright claim on this channel so fast, Joe would be the only one to see it coming.
I'd rather not have our channel get stricken with that so early into our lifespan. Besides, I don't need any more headaches than I already have, thanks to Donald.
Typical liberals always pin the blame on someone else when they can't even take responsibility for what they say. Besides, you can't even talk right. You stuttered at that conference in which you told the whole world to listen to what you had to say since it was so important. And then you forget what you said and said, never mind, are you kidding me?
Hey, I'm not the one who said that I'd grab a woman by the...
Joe, you're losing this argument. I suggest you stop right there before it gets ugly. We wouldn't want any government secrets being spilled out in front of our audience now, would we?
You have a fair point. Sometimes Donald gets me so mad that I see red.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort, looking ass.
I heard that. You won't be so slick when Freddy bites off your jaw.
Wait, what?
You heard me. You can die in a myriad of ways by the animatronics. Bonnie punches you into oblivion. Chica just pecks you to death, and Foxy snaps your neck and drops you to the floor like a sack of potatoes.
Well, that's interesting to know, but I don't want to have my neck snapped off by some pirate furry and then I'd have to give the keyboard to Obama.
You make it sound like it's a horrible thing to give away the keyboard. Not to mention, you haven't thrown a hissy fit about it, which is surprising since the last time you ended throwing one. It was at your roast party, which you ended up kicking up everyone out. You're such a fun guy to be around.
Thanks for the compliment. Come on, keep the praises and compliments coming. The world's best mom deserves it.
Debbie Grayson, you are not. She actually took care of her child, while you'd probably hire some babysitter to watch your kids for a few days and you'd go on vacation.
Yeah, it's very, what the hell? Am I in hell right now? There's eyes on the pictures and everything's red.
Say your prayers. Everything is going to be a lot faster from here, so I wouldn't be surprised if you died here.
It'd be a miracle if he survived this.
Don't doubt the world's best mom. I'll survive any situation to make sure my kids are okay.
Speaking of kids, were you going to say something about Baron? I don't know why, but it's an itch that I felt.
Yeah, it was when I got cut off by the Red Room here. But as I was saying to Joe's comment earlier, I only did that with Baron since the doctor said he's autistic and that a behavioral teacher could help him with his development.
I can't actually believe what I'm hearing right now.
No wonder the kid's so quiet in public. That explains a lot.
By the way, how's Hunter doing, Joe? Last time I heard is that he was getting sober with the drugs and alcohol, and now he's a lot more respectful and courteous. Is it true that's been happening?
Yes, it is. Since we saw him at Thanksgiving, he's been getting a lot better recently. Me and him went out for dinner last night. We talked and came on to an understanding, but anyway, how's that song going, Barack?
I have it on repeat. I've been listening to it while talking to you both about it 15 times.
The only complaint I have about it is that it's too short, about 2 minutes, but it's by those guys who did the song Counting Stars. Another banger from them has to be my most favorite song from One Republic in a long time.
I never took you to be that type of guy to listen to that type of music. I always expected you to listen to Frank Sinatra or Elton John, but One Republic?
Joe, there are a lot of things you don't know about me. Well, the stuff that I don't let you in on. But yes, I do listen to that type of music, and you're right, I do listen to Sinatra and Elton John. It's a little bit of everything, if I'm going to be honest. Besides, if I told you everything else, you'd be appalled. And there's the win for the Big D Trump yet again.
Congrats to you since you won by using a guide, huh? The Haunted Woods. Increased paranormal sightings near the countryside sparks for a full investigation.
Seems like the top half has been burned off, so we don't know what the publishing date is.
The more we play this game, the more suspicious I'm getting of Michael. He definitely knows something and won't say what it is. He better spill the beans soon or I'll put him on the bounty board.
Barack, roll the outro before he goes on another rant.
You got it.
So what did you both think of the level so far?
I thought it was super engaging, especially when the room turned hellish. It made me a bit uneasy, and not to mention when the animatronics started to move faster, I felt like I was going to lose there.
It was a tense level since you'd have to juggle between the 3 animatronics and time it right. And if you didn't, well, you die.
Well then, those were some interesting takes. We hope you enjoyed the video since it was certainly an interesting one. But we're the President's Trio. Good night and good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 1.5 thousand subscriber special. No talking you two until we get to the game.
Silent as a mouse.
Quiet as a prayer.
For years, I've thought that what I saw was just a bad dream. Something that couldn't possibly have been real. Why would it? Monstrous beings coming to get a helpless child from the shadows, poking their heads out from under the bed, peeking through the closet. Just a usual nightmare for a kid, right? No matter how real it felt. Well, most of what came after is foggy. Felt more like a dream than the actual nightmare itself. Mom came to rescue me. Picked me up and carried me away. I was scared for my life. It was the scariest moment of my life, for sure. I've never been a crybaby, though. Even when I was a kid, people have told me they've never seen me cry, or yell, or even scream. So even if I was terrified during all of it, I would have been silent the entire time. But that was the strangest thing about that night. Even though I never made a peep, as I was being taken outside by my mother, away from the nightmare, I still vividly remember hearing my own screams.
Nick? Nick? Fuck.
What is happening?
This isn't real. This isn't real. I'm just dreaming. None of this is real. God. Freddy? Freddy? What are you doing? What are you, Freddy? No! Oh God! No. What is this? Help! Somebody help! Mel? Nick? Anthony, Sam, where are you? What is going on? What is this?
monsters are around the house, here's your trusty flashlight to slay them with. We hide from the monsters. They were mean to Mommy. So we hid where you always tell us to hide. Much love, Nick, Sam, and Anthony. All right. It has been, I don't know, hours, days. I don't think it matters here anymore. All the clocks in the house have stopped. I don't even think the sun is ever coming up. I'm not crazy. Whatever has brought them here must have done this too. I don't know how much time has passed. I just know that I can't leave. They're waiting for me outside. Only here is safe. I've left these messages for myself too. Help me remember what they do, how they act. I mean, they all want to get inside, but come on, you can do this. I can do it. Just okay. I'm using an old camera system I installed for fun in the house a long time ago. I've only managed to recover 3 of the cameras so far, but this is more than enough. I can watch the animatronics coming near me with these. 3 monitors, 3 entrances. They haven't come in a while, but I know they'll be back soon. They become impatient, louder, faster. Especially Foxy. Foxy, yeah, he's the one who's been tormenting me the most. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know how, but he just appears near an entrance. I can hear him coming. He growls and scrapes at the door. I just watch him through the cameras, and he eventually goes away. So I need to look at him in the monitors. I guess he doesn't like being watched, huh? Freddy. He's here. I can see him. He's not like the others. He just stands there. He knows he can't get to me. He's just waiting. I don't fully understand, but I know he isn't giving up. If I want to get out of here, I need to find him. I just know it. He's the key to this. God, I can't stay put here. I need to fight for my family. Oh, God, they must be so scared. He's gone. He's gone. Okay. I have a flashlight ready with me. This might be suicide, but I need to try. If I see Freddy again, I'll just open up the door and flash his eyes as soon as he's there. Yes, I can't let him hold me down like this forever. I just hope this works out. If it doesn't, then honey, kids, if you are hearing this, I love you. I hope you're safe.
Finally, that turd bag of a dad stopped talking. I felt like my ears were going to bleed if he kept yapping.
It's surprising you didn't end up screaming in my ear, since you're well known for doing that.
Your wife literally sounds like a lighthouse horn at night. I don't want to hear it.
Of course you go for an insult. Deflect my opinion and focus on yourself. Classic Donald. Did Joe fall asleep again?
Seems so. Let me try something to wake him up.
Are you outside?
Yeah, I have the perfect idea to wake him up.
Just let it be you yelling at him.
Just put that there. And in presto.
Don't tell me.
Uh-oh.
What did you do? Did you set off a firework? Are you insane? The cops are gonna get called on us.
What happened? Everything okay? I just heard a loud explosion. Donald, I swear to God, if you don't get back inside right now, you're getting the ass whooping of a lifetime and arrested too.
Oh, come on, you throw a hissy fit the moment I wake you up. Why can't you be grateful that I even woke you up at all?
Because me and my editor were busy editing the last video. I don't see you contributing to a damn thing.
Let's just listen to the phone call.
No, it's just horrifying. She just wriggles and writhes back and forth, trying to get out of there. I know how to stop her, though. Whenever she shows up, her cupcakes just appear in my room, or next to my room. I've seen them outside the entrances sometimes. Anyway, they just appear. And if I flash them with the light, they go away. Now, there's 3 of them, and if they go away, so does she. She's slow. It gives me enough time to find them. I don't know how many places they can hide, so I have to search the room.
There's my cue to get back inside. Listening to that phone call wasn't worth me almost being caught.
Don, just get back in the house before the cops come.
Out of all the things you did to wake me up, that's what you did? Me and Barack should have let you get arrested instead of letting you back in.
Sounds like you were seething at what I did earlier. Did it make you that upset?
Obviously. What did you expect me to do? Laugh?
I expected you to stay awake. By the way, cops are gone.
That fast? The hell kind of police force we got. Talk about the Detroit type of police.
Watch out for that one, Obama. Our editor's from Detroit. He might pull out the strap and blast a cap in you.
Never say those words again. Don't you ever.
Couldn't you just be serious for once in your life? At least for the special?
How many specials have we had so far? About 2? What are we trying to celebrate? Every subscriber milestone. Wouldn't that get repetitive? Besides, this is our 3rd one to date.
We're not going to celebrate every subscriber milestone. It's the fact we're appreciating our subscribers for making it to that point with us is what makes it special.
That reminds me, have you 2 ever thought about changing our upload time?
My editor and I put out a community post about it, and the majority of the vote wants it to be in the afternoon. It's a neat idea in hindsight.
Aren't we supposed to be different from the others?
Did you just admit you watch other president channels?
Kinda, sort of. I mean, the only one I watch is the guy we got inspired from. He even commented on one of our videos.
Ah, I remember that. Our editor couldn't believe it. None of us did. So I want to say thanks again to him from one channel to another. Maybe we could do a crossover in the future.
A little bit too ambitious there, Joe.
He was just congratulating us on our milestone. Don't go asking. Guess I'll shut up.
Broke the camera. Damn it! Bonnie just broke one of my cameras. I don't know what happened. He just appeared, and as soon as I realized he was there, he just took it down in one swing. They don't do that. None of them have ever. I still think I can do this. I think. I just need to not make eye contact. Do not look at Bonnie. He's too smart. All of them are getting smarter, angrier. They're helping each other. All of them except Freddy. He hasn't appeared since last time. I need to find him. I can hear his laugh taunting me in the distance. That damn.
Am I seeing things? Was that another Freddy? He looked a lot more yellow than brown.
That was Golden Freddy. It's just a little secret that you'll see sometimes. As for that newspaper you just picked up, it's a secret that we'll have to collect the rest of them later on as we go.
And there goes one of my cameras. Great. Hopefully I have a slower reaction time. Wait, Scott said they're getting smarter. Isn't that a horrifying detail? The animatronics adapts to your strategies. You gotta be joking. Damn you. You great airhead-looking bastard. I hope you keel over and explode. Okay, this night seems a lot more active than the last 2, especially with Chica. While managing Foxy and Freddy, it makes it a bit overwhelming, not to mention our purple friend bringing me to an absolute disadvantage. So gentlemen, wish me luck in my endeavor that I've gotten myself into.
Yuck. Big Bird seems to be trying to get her way out of that wall. It is horrifying to witness. And don't beat yourself up, Obama. It was just poor timing is all. Besides, you still have a chance to beat it. We believe in you.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but thank you for the encouragement for once.
I'm surprised he was even being nice that time, but you still have a chance at beating this. Even with one camera, just keep being active with Chica and Freddy as long as you don't encounter Foxy at any of the doors and windows. As for Bonnie, he's practically stuck in the door or window since you're not staring at him through the cameras. Let's just hope Bonnie doesn't appear at the 3rd window.
Anyway, have you heard that the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie is in the works? Seems like the previous person who directed the first is going to be returning to the sequel. Are you guys excited to hear it?
Not in particular, no. Since I thought the first was very mediocre, decent at best. But it seems to be for more hardcore fans of the series, which sadly it didn't seem to be in a more said horror aspect. Sure, it had that at certain points, but I just felt like it wasn't enough.
I don't have an opinion on the movie since I never saw it. I'm only interested in the games or fan games. Say, what would we be playing after we finish this series? I'm not sure if FNAF would really be a good idea since by technicality we already did it in the form of the fan game. I am aware of the lore being vastly different from the official series, but I'm not quite sure what we do. Maybe we make a community on what the fans would want us to play next as a series?
That's actually a really good suggestion. I'll schedule the post for tomorrow afternoon. I did have an unsure feeling as to what game we would have to play next as a series. Darn, seems like I don't have an idea for now at what we could play. Wait a sec. Guys? I have a PS2 that has a bunch of horror games. I could suggest some of those in the poll.
Joseph Biden, you're such a genius. This is something I'm really excited to see the results of what the people would say. Personally, I'd like for us to do Fatal Frame since it's such a unique idea and I've never seen anyone do that before. So it's definitely an amazing idea.
If it was up to me, I would have us pick The Suffering since its concept is something different from the rest of the horror genre, although it is more of an action game than anything else. So we might get a distinction between Fatal Frame or Resident Evil 4, which will be interesting to see the difference between the original and the remake.
I just opened the door and aimed at his eyes with my flashlight. He got staggered and left. Everything's gone quiet again. The cameras are back to normal. The clocks have started to move as well, and 6 a.m. Yes, 6 a.m. I just need to wait for 6 a.m. Just like it's always been. The only clock that's still frozen is the one above the door. It did move slightly at first, but now it's stopped again. Maybe I should keep track of it just in case. I guess this is my final recording then.
And here we are, back into the hell dimension again. Say, Joe, is this a hallucination brought on by Michael? Now that I think about it, how does Michael know Scott's name and his kids too?
Don, I think we should just let Barack concentrate for now and ask questions later.
Yeah, because I genuinely might die during this, so be a bit quiet, please.
You got it. These lips are sealed for now.
For the love of everything, where you just don't let Foxy be at any of the doors or windows, please. You got this, Barry, just a little bit more. Let's go!
That's what I'm talking about, baby!
Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. Barack with the clutch of a lifetime.
Canceled. New FNAF game-stopping production. Scott Cawthon announces the cancellation of the 5th entry in the popular game series, Five Nights at Freddy's. Fans are torn on the sudden news.
Well then, boys, I'll need a quick opinion since me and my editor will get to work on the second video immediately after this.
The level was a good idea. The placement of the animatronics were great.
It was a lot of fun to do, but could go very wrong, very fast. You could very much end up losing if you're not quick on your toes about it.
And with that, I'm Joe Biden. We're the President's Trio. Good night and good luck. Everyone, welcome to the finale of Joy of Creation. So, boys, shall we start this?
Let's do it!
Say no more.
Are we going to be talking during the cutscenes, Joe?
Nope. Let's have our audience be immersed first, then when the game starts,
Do you believe in spirits?
Gotcha.
Many do. Many claim they've seen one or have heard stories of people being haunted by these white figures, or oily shadows. My dad made a game series about it. A horror franchise, in fact. It was his shining achievement. Apparently there was a time when everybody knew about it, all over the world. Clothing, toys, accessories, board games, you name it. Five Nights at Freddy's was everywhere. There were even rumors of it getting a movie. Well, it didn't last long anyway. Nobody remembers it anymore, nor the characters, the games, or my father. After that night, it all went away. Nothing lasts forever, and that's why I don't believe in spirits. Everyone has to die. Everything has an end at some point. Even if that point comes sooner than you'd wish.
Hello? Kids? Are any of you there? I found your note. Daddy's here. You must be really scared, but I'm here. Why are you doing this to us? Why? Just leave us all alone, you monsters! I created you. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. How is this happening? What are you? You are not them. You're just using their faces. What are you?
You are creation. I'm sorry.
Waking up in a dark room isn't creepy at all.
Somehow we didn't wake up in the shadow realm. Oddly enough, it reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode.
So are we just going to be in the dark? Or not? Looks like the inside of a gas station bathroom when the lights are out. So Joe, mind explaining what you're going to be doing on this memory?
Since you asked so nicely, sure. In this memory, the player controls Michael as he works to fulfill the requests of Ignited Gold and Freddy, both to increase the power of the Ignited and to aid in his own escape. As he does so, he must avoid being caught by the Fallen, 4 endoskeletons that roam the basement with vengeful intent. This is the first level where the player is confronted by characters aside from the Ignited while separated. Then you have phases, which there are 5 of them, which the current phase now is the easiest, since all I need to do is open the door and the light turns on. Then as heard, that giggle is the sign to let me know that I completed the step. Now as for phase 2, the main goal is to locate and obtain the 4 items displayed on the monitors and place them in the furnace to burn them. Chica's cupcake, Bonnie's guitar, Foxy's hook, and Freddy's hat. Once this has been accomplished, you can return to the bathroom, but the process can be halted by the endoskeletons, who will both attempt to slow or stop the player's progress in different ways. However, phase 3 is a different story. The third phase is a particularly difficult one due to the presence of the angel endoskeleton, widely considered to be the hardest of the Fallen to deal with. Since, actually, think of the weeping angels from Doctor Who. It moves when you're not looking at it and vice versa. It's not that complicated when you think about it.
So basically you open a door for phase 1, collect the personal items of the animatronics and let them burn in the furnace for phase 2. Phase 3 is basically a Doctor Who episode. But what about phase 4 and 5?
As for phase 4, although this phase is technically the second easiest of the group in terms of complexity of mechanics, it is undoubtedly one of the more stressful portions of the level, as a moment's hesitation on the part of the player can easily result in a swift and brutal end, since all you have to do is run down the hallway and to not stop for anything. Phase 5 is having to deal with 3 angel endoskeletons, and 2 more endoskeletons can make this challenge very frustrating to complete. If you're not careful, of course, but since I'm already playing this for y'all, it shouldn't be that hard to do.
That's a lot of information. How do you even know all of this? Did you really not just sit in Oval Office for the last 3 years drooling on the desk?
I'm pretty certain it's because I've played these games many times in my presidency. Come on now. How's a guy supposed to keep himself entertained? By sitting at congressional hearings or listening to what the media constantly slanders about me. I'd rather be doing this any time of the day instead of that.
Wait, so who's in your place then as the vice president while you're away?
It's so obvious. It's Kamala. Although she isn't doing the best job at it. She just sits there to look pretty, I guess.
Seems like the Weeping Angel and the Dalek did a fusion dance and merged into that thing. What could you realistically even do against it?
Are you really trying to come up with a question as to how you can fight that thing? That thing's so immovable that you'd hurt yourself more than you're hurting it.
I can't believe I have to say this again, but do you remember the WWE?
Yeah, We know about your escapade with you being body slammed and you shaving off Vince McMahon's hair. The look on his face was something else.
He offered me a few million just to even appear there. He said that it'll bring the business to a booming sensation. He was right. People were screaming my name and cheering me on. I felt like a king that night.
Talk about Prince Donald over here, having the need to feel glorified over others instead of being down to earth.
I mean, I've done it too, so it's not that bad. It feels good to sing to your wife.
Don't you mean husband?
Since you want to keep talking about my wife, yeah, I sing to my wife, while you have to follow her every order or you'll be out of a house.
She knows she can't do that anyway, since I literally paid for everything. Every last thing has been purchased or bought by me. I even have all of the receipts, so Melania can't kick me out or she'll have nothing and I'll take Baron with me too. No child support either, for all I care.
Money isn't going to solve all of your problems or the world's either. Besides, Jill isn't going to run me around the house. She knows who has the pants on this time.
Don't you have a game to be playing, Joe? Besides, you're doing a walking simulator. This isn't the Stanley Parable, you know? Speaking of Stanley Parable, would you both want to do a playthrough of it after this series? It'd be an interesting thing to play since we'd have to deal with that smug narrator. His mouth is very sarcastic and charismatic at times. Okay. What the hell is up with the hallucinations? It's like an epileptic schizophrenic decided to put his worst nightmares in the game for that brief second. Scratch that. He's been doing that the whole game.
Those hallucinations are Golden Freddy telling Michael what to do, since now he's currently trying to give the animatronics power. It is a bit weird in terms of the lore. We may need to do a recap on this game, and besides, I'm only playing this level since you might end up dying, and this will drag on the recording longer than it needs to be. As for your Stanley Parable idea, it's definitely interesting, but it seems to be a bit slow in terms of progress. Although the narrator and plenty of options that Stanley could do is what makes it so unique to play. So, it's a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see.
You might want to get your casket ready since it looks like you'll die here. The words on the monitors are pretty obvious, to be honest. It says, "You'll die here, Joe. Another 81 years you don't have."
Nitpicking the little things, aren't you? Besides, what do I have to worry about? I've beaten this before I can beat this in my sleep.
Would having a little faith in Joe is so hard for you to understand? Sure, he may not have the best reputation in public, but when he plays a game he loves, he's an expert at it.
See, Barry, that's why I liked you as a vice president. You know how to say the right words and make someone happy. Michelle married the right guy.
Keep sucking him off, Joe. Those words will make you become head over heels for him more than what you already had. Plus, you praising him isn't going to make him cheat on his wife.
Isn't that what Pence did to you? Always on his hands and knees trying not to tick you off at the drop of a hat. You'd probably let him suck you off if you allowed it.
I've never been the one to yell at him, though it did get annoying to hear him saying, "I'm sorry, Donald, please forgive me." Every time he made a mistake, it made me want to Superman punch him out of the window. As for Obama's comment, no. Besides, I always ignored him each time he tried to talk to me. He was so timid and meek, it was like he was in high school in front of the school bully, having his lunch money taken away every day.
I guess you'd need a new VP then, one who isn't as whiny as him. Then again, I have a female VP, so it isn't all bad. Speaking of bullies, did you guys ever have a school bully growing up? If so, what's your story on it?
Holy crap, Joe, that was close. You juked them like it's the NBA.
Didn't you say that before? Are you getting Joe's dementia?
I only said it because it was a close call.
If my dementia was contagious, the dementia percentage in the young and middle-aged would skyrocket to an all-time high.
Then we'd have to use a Dasani water bottle to stop the plague of his dementia. Then everyone would celebrate your demise.
Why are you saying that so specifically? It's almost like you want it to happen. Luckily it won't, but you want it to happen to me regardless.
Because the salt in it would make you shrivel up like a raisin and disappear into particles of dust and fly into the air. For once, you'd actually contribute to something instead of wasting oxygen in the office. Have me in your place instead. I'll run this country back to what it once was back in the 50s. Make America play again.
If you had a Dasani water, you'd look like the victim of a dust storm, skinny and malnourished from the amount of salt in the water. As for your time in office, you just mess up the country all over again. You do know that I requested for NASA to launch a rocket into space and test whether a spacecraft can nudge a celestial body in a way that will alter its orbit, in your terms. Launch rocket into space and make asteroid go boom.
Doppelgangers? What is that?
A doppelganger is basically your twin. Instead, it brings horrific luck and will bring on your death. Interestingly, on the newspaper, it says it's been around since the ancient Egyptian times. And there, the night is done. Hey, Don, want to take a gander at the final level?
The world's best dad will show you how to beat these toaster amalgamations once again.
You've prolonged this for too long, Scott. They're barely holding themselves together anymore.
Why? I have been a good man. We've been good people. Why have you demons come to torture me and my family?
I was saying that we've gone...
Stop ignoring my questions! If I'm going to die, at least I want to know why! Can you at least give me that?
Look, I'm sorry. It's just the way things have to go. It's just a part of life. For us, I mean. Their bodies are hardly keeping themselves together, so they've gathered themselves in the basement. They can't just kill you directly, you know, and I promised them I'd leave you to them. So I brought you here to at least try to talk to you before they arrive. So before they get here and everything burns, I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to see the world through the eyes of your creations. Being Michael Schmidt has been an incredible experience. I mean, I feel fantastic. I want to keep feeling like this forever. And to do that, I need you to die.
Leave us alone!
Huh. That's the creation. What did they do to it? Oh, the animatronics merged together.
It is certainly a horrifying look for something so huge. Would you want to fight that thing, Donald?
Absolutely not. You'd think I'd be able to fight that thing? It would step on my chest cavity and it'd collapse inward like the Trojan horse with just its foot alone.
For once you made sense. None of these things you'd be able to fight at all. They crush you open like a watermelon.
Hey, Joe, what's with the Golden Freddy plushie next to me? It reminds me of a Beanie Baby that was peed on.
I'll just forget what you said and answer your question. That Golden Freddy plushie is the most important reminder that you need for the game, since you have to flash him a certain number of times in order to make the plushie start to go static. That's all I'll say for now until we beat it.
Joe, you're my friend and I'm grateful for that. But why do you always have to help Donald whenever he plays the game?
The last time I didn't help him, it took him nearly 2 hours to beat one single part of Alien Isolation in our free time. In the end, we agreed to help him whenever he doesn't know what to do or gets stuck on a specific part, and that's why I'm always answering his questions.
Well, doesn't that ruin the whole idea of just playing the game at all if you have help?
Would you really want to sit there for a few hours watching someone doing the same thing over and over? It gets maddening, to say the least.
Fair enough, I guess.
Now then, gentlemen, I have a question that'll make you seriously think about everything you've watched in terms of entertainment.
Stop beating around the fucking bush and just ask it.
What's your favorite anime? Mine is Outlaw Star, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's such a beautifully animated show. Characters have great development. Fight scenes are breathtaking. Sets and world building make it seem so alive. Almost like those space pirates are out there trying to get to the galactic ley line itself.
That's a good question. I don't watch that much anime, but if I had to pick, it would have to be Black Lagoon without a question. It's such a realistic take on certain things of the mafia in a sense, but it all isn't realistic. Although the character of Rocco Okajima is so tragic. He was originally living a bland and melancholy life, but suddenly he's thrusted into the world of blood, guns, and violence as he develops into a stoic, power-filled individual who's not afraid to witness someone die. That's all I'm going to say for now. But what about you, Joe? Do you have a favorite anime?
I've seen many anime over the course of my adult life, but if I had to have one consistent show that I'd watch time and time again, it'd have to be Monster by Naoki Urasawa, since its villain is one of the best and somewhat realistic portrayals of a sociopath. characters have tons of depth to them, layers which unveil who they really are in the end. That's all I'm going to say, though, since I'd rather not have any spoilers on it.
Speaking of spoilers, I'll spoil the creation's body if it doesn't stop screaming whenever I flash the light at it. It's really starting to tick me off.
I'd say don't worry about the creation currently. Just keep an eye out for Golden Freddy.
That's what I'm trying to do. But the bastard keeps vanishing into the shadow realm at his own beck and call. He hasn't appeared at all recently, and I have to deal with those other endoskeletons on my left and right. Oh yeah! The doors are reversed from left to right is now left, and left is now right.
Seems like an animatronic gangbang, eh, Donald? Which hole do you like?
Shut the hell up, Obama! I'm trying to concentrate. And I can't when you're making comments like that. God! Now I have a headache from screaming. Thanks a lot.
Huh. Our titular child is now having a tantrum.
That's just between you two. I'm only here to watch Donald and make a comment here or there. But aside from Donald's screaming, you both saw who got the Game of the Year at the Game Awards?
Was it Baldur's Gate 3?
Yep.
I'm not surprised, but I don't understand why Spider-Man 2 never got any awards. Like, my God, this TGA was like The Last of Us Part 2 all over again. Yuri Lowenthal did such an amazing job in the game. Why didn't that win at least one award?
I don't really have an answer. But it's all dependent on what people liked. With Baldur's Gate, 3 people said that the game is a golden standard for a AAA gaming studio, which I disagree with. Sure, Baldur's Gate 3 didn't have the biggest studio working on the game, but come on. Some games should have gotten the chance to earn awards in the subcategory.
I'll be honest, I'm just happy that Tears of the Kingdom won even one award. It was better than that game winning absolutely nothing at all. Oh.
All I know is that the Game Awards is a bunch of rigged bullshit, if I'm being honest with you two.
And not everything can go the way you want it to. The only thing that you can make go your way is the game, which you might want to be paying attention to instead of ranting about the TGA.
You know I can multitask, right? You both act like I scream every 5 minutes when in fact I can be pretty darn chill when given the chance.
Eating your own words again. You screamed at me to shut the hell up and at the animatronics to the point you had a headache, even though all I was doing was having fun with your concentration. You looked so shocked when I said that your eyes were like saucers about to pop out of those sockets, like a Looney Tune character.
Okay, I just saw the weirdest video while trying to fend off Willy Wonka's monster creation. It's a video of me and Joe eating pasta. That's generated by AI. That was the second most disgusting thing I've ever seen. The noises of chewing couldn't sound more disgusting. God, I got goosebumps even thinking about watching it again.
Pasta? AI? What are you on about?
You gotta believe me, I know what I saw.
You do know we haven't even reached such an advanced level to have an AI video of us eating pasta, much less have AI get to that level at all. The closest we have to an AI-generated video is Cleverbot, that one texting chat bot.
It is still very much in its infancy. Though why do I have the feeling of deja vu, like it's an alternate universe where technology is thriving and AI has stormed the trenches of YouTube, and there's videos of us all over the internet used for entertainment purposes.
Are you both smoking the grass because it's 2023? I wish we reached that point of AI, but instead we're just 3 guys sitting here playing a horror game, while you two contemplate whether or not AI is advanced to that point.
Maybe you're right. I don't know what I saw, but it was weird and it involved me and Joe. Maybe an old video or something.
Uh-huh. I mean, AI is slowly becoming more and more advanced by the day. But why can't I shake this feeling?
Brock, AI is not advanced enough. Now stop it. It's making me uncomfortable. I already don't like AI as is, and you putting out the thoughts in my head aren't helping. So knock it off, please.
Okay. You got it.
Speaking of uncomfortable, this fire is slowly getting closer and closer the more I flash our golden Care Bear with the spotlight. Isn't the spirit of Golden Freddy controlling the animatronics and the creation? Also, I forgot, Michael seems to be a creation of Scott's. Am I correct? Since he said he's Michael Schmidt, which, if my guess is correct, that's the security guard from the FNAF franchise. It's such an interesting choice, lore-wise, to have him come to life from Scott's creation of the FNAF games.
Well, you're part right, but I'll explain it in a quick summary. Basically, Michael came to life from the fire, which the animatronics emerged from the apparent forest in the newspaper, which was in the third level. Grasping onto that, Michael seems to be a spirit of some sort which has come into the real world through the forest, along with the animatronics. Yet somehow, those other spirits inhabited the bodies of Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, and Foxy, but that's my take on it. Who knows, though? I could be wrong.
Hey, Joe, didn't you say that you were planning on doing a lore video on the game?
Yeah, I have a plan on explaining the lore of the game. Since some people may be confused about it, it is limited in explaining the lore and what happens if you're not actively paying attention.
I think a lore video would work pretty well since it'd give the new viewers a take on what the story is. And as for the veterans, just to give them a quick recap on the story, if they haven't played the game in a while and are planning on it.
Speaking of something new, I just checked if there's a potential sequel for The Joy of Creation. Turns out there's going to be a remaster of it, the Ignited Collection in Unreal Engine 5. The creator of it released some snippets of what the animatronics look like, and my God, they look terrifying. Would you want to give it a playthrough, Joe?
At this current time, there's no release date for it, so I'm not going to even think about it. Besides, don't we have a Christmas special to do, plus a bunch more games this December? The fans can consider it their Christmas gift from us to them.
So Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. We hope it'll be worthwhile to see. The game I'm most excited to see is Asura's Wrath or Metal Gear Revengeance Part 2. I've seen a slight playthrough of Asura's Wrath and it looks insane. I can't wait to get to that.
I can say the one I'm most excited to play is either the Space Marine one or Batman Arkham Origins. Since Arkham Origins is one that I play every Christmas without question, it's definitely worthy to be a part of the Arkham trilogy, but sadly people don't count it in the games, although it is canon to the Arkham-verse.
Since you both are over here fanboying at the games, we'll play. I'll just say mine, and it's Detroit Become Human. Since it's a definite story on androids and what impact they'll have on the world. Kind of like Telltale's The Walking Dead, but a lot more grounded in reality.
Seems like I'm getting close to finally beating this. We've been sitting here for the past 30 minutes, and it's been a flawless run so far. You think we'd have died a few times, but strangely enough, no. This one I didn't use a guide, by the way, folks. The world's best dad had a little bit of help from his friends, so don't say I cheated in the comments.
I guess you didn't cheat, even if you got a bit of help from Joe. You mostly did this by yourself, and you seem to have the pattern down, which makes me impressed to see you beat this with such precision. I hate to say this, but I'm impressed.
When he plays a game he likes and takes it seriously, there's no stopping him from beating it.
Yes, finally, it's over. We did it.
Nice. Congratulations. We finally beat the game.
Man found dead in his own house. Body found by landlord in recently repaired country house. What could that mean?
Just wait and see the cutscenes coming up.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me we went through all of that just to die.
He must have gotten unlucky with the burning house and got injured in the fall after escaping the chair.
Where are you?
You really love your family, don't you? You can die here, you know. Survive the night, just wait for 6 a.m. and it will all be over.
Can't I just murder Michael already? He ruined a man's life all because he wanted to keep feeling like he's a real human being instead of staying in the game where he belongs.
If it had the option to, I would have taken it during my first playthrough.
This night won't go away until you've been consumed by fire.
What about that? If I have to go, then you at least promise me they'll be safe. Promise me that you won't harm them. Please.
A tragic end to a man who just wanted to make games.
Wow, so that's the end of Scott?
Before you ate mode. Watch the cutscene.
Honey?
Val, I'm here!
Daddy! Oh, hon, I was so worried.
It's okay, Val. It's okay. We're safe now. Have you called 911?
Yes, I did. As soon as we got out, I called them, like, a few hours ago. They said they'll be here as soon as they could. Oh, God, we stayed inside there for so long. I thought you...
But I didn't. Don't worry. Everybody is fine.
Daddy, what happened to home? Why is it burning? Is Michael still in there?
We are safe, Nick. Murders. You're safe.
Dad?
What do we do now? Everything's gone.
You are safe. It's all that matters.
Dad, you're acting weird.
You are safe now. That's all that matters.
Honey, are you okay?
You are safe. That's all that matters.
Daddy, no!
You are
Oh my
safe.
God, oh my God!
That's all that matters. You are safe. That's all that matters. You are safe. That's all that matters. You are safe now. That's all that matters. See, they're safe now, just as you wanted. Thank you for your cooperation, Scott Coughlin. I'll take care of everything from here.
You're meaning to tell me that Michael took over Scott's body and is now gonna have his family? Screw that.
Did you just punch your monitor? What is wrong with you? Great, now we'll have to do the outro in the video. Nice going, Don.
It's not my fault the game ended on a crappy note.
Just shut up. To everyone that tuned in for the finale, thank you. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait a few days for the Christmas special since Donald needs a new monitor after he socked it to the corner of his room. We're the President's Trio. Good night and good luck.